Hi guys, welcome to Sons of Cain. This is the first video in a series of videos on exercises we're going to be doing. We hope you enjoy it.
First thing I'm going to be looking at is some Qigong exercises. We'll break this down into two separate videos. Again, this is something I've been doing a while, but lots of different ways to do the same exercises. We could do it with the cane and show you an application you could do. So this isn't required physical strength, this is all to do with soft motions. Right, first one we're going to do is pushing weights. You've probably seen this lots of times, there's lots of ways to do it. This is the way I do it from a soft form kata that I do. So it may be different, and as you know with doing these things, no matter how long you do it, you'll never ever get it 100%. So with us, I stand one leg slightly in front of the other in a small Zenkutsu stance, if you're that way inclined. Obviously with Kev in the chair. So I'm going to do this without the cane and with the cane. So if you bring your hands and just let them float, you'll find a position which is comfortable. If it's too high, you'll start to feel it in your arms. If it's too low, you're fighting gravity. So you'll find a nice relaxed position which will be the right height for you. So if you imagine your hands are on top of a body of water. As we do this, the hands remain flat on top of the water and I'm rocking backwards onto my back foot. So I'm getting this rocking backwards motion. With me you can see my front toes are coming up. So I'm drawing my elbows in close to my body, and as I go forward my toes come down, my palms are pushing still on that level surface. I'm extending out as far as I can. As I draw back, the fingers are going level again, and I bring this back, and it's just this continuous flowing motion. As I'm going in, I'm breathing in softly through my nose with my diaphragm, breathing out. And if I want to change sides, I just swap my feet. It's exactly the same, but I'm working on both sides of my body.
For guys in the wheelchair, this is going to be slightly different. As you can see, Chris is rocking backwards and forwards. Just doing this for the last couple of weeks, I've found that once you push forward, you're leaning. As you're coming back, you sink into your chair, drop your shoulders as you drop your elbows. And this gives you that same waveform. But if you can, just drop your bum into the seat, drop your shoulders down, push into the backrest. It gives you the same effect.
When you do this, there's always going to be, each time you do it, little things to add. So you're going to make sure your shoulders are relaxed down, your core is crunched in, it's nice and smooth. So every time you do it, you'll find a little thing to work on. With the cane, it's not going to change, except you're going to grip the cane. You can do it softly, just holding it loosely between your thumb and index finger. Some people I've seen, they do it with it across the back of their hands. But exactly the same. When you're drawing it in, if you lift and rotate the cane slightly up, and as you go forward, rotating it down. So you're actually adding an extra slight movement in there. You can see, as the crook and the horn moves, that motion. And just let everything sink into it.
You'll find that in a wheelchair, this is actually working your core really hard. It doesn't seem like it to start with, but after sort of like 10 minutes of finishing, you'll sit there and go, I actually feel that now. So it's actually quite a good exercise to build up your core.
The next one we do is called wave hands in the clouds. Lots of variants again. So if I stand, nice relaxed stance, shoulders relaxed, core's relaxed, it's drawn in slightly. To start with, the elbow and the forearm are level with the floor and our thumb is up. I was told this is like a sight. Now I've got this hand, you can see here straight away my elbow's dropped. That's to do with an injury, so I have to focus on keeping that parallel with the floor. My bottom hand is in this curve and I'm using my fingers, the palm is level with the floor and I'm pointing with my fingers. And I'm twisting from my core to the side. When I've reached my extremity, my palms cross and I rotate back to the other side. So you want your palms not to touch, just to brush past each other and swing across. Again, the breathing is very soft and relaxed. It's one of those things. The slower you go, the harder it becomes. Again, lots of variants. It's one of those things, you practice and practice and practice, and you're never going to be happy with it.
You'll find in a seated position, you'll get to feel it in the loins, either side of your back. You'll get that sort of stretching motion to start with. Be careful, guys. Everything gentle, everything slow to start with. You will feel this after you've done it.
So, with the cane, depending on how you hold your cane in which hand, there's variants on this. You can play around with this yourself. So if I'm coming across this way, and I'm crossing, so straight away you can probably see techniques coming through on this. If you change the grip, change how you hold it, it will change what you're doing. You're still getting this motion, this crossing motion, going across. You've got hooking motions, you've got striking motions, crossing through. You'll see various ways. What you will find is, because you're suddenly holding something, everything suddenly gets thrown out. I've seen it so many times, I've done it. You do a kata, you put something in your hand and you can't remember the kata, the movements go. So as with all things, practice, practice, and get the flow and find the one which works for you the best. Right, the third one we do is sometimes called sun gods, or it's sometimes called scoop the sea and look at the sky. So slightly wider stance, so it's almost like a straight leg shikadach. So if you imagine you're standing in a body of water, so you're actually scooping up water, bringing it in and then presenting it to the sky. Hence, scoop the sea, look at the sky, or sun gods, bring it up and push it out. So you've got this bending at the waist, this scooping motion, bringing it into your core, then pressing out. So you're extending your whole body as high as it will go.
For guys in wheelchairs, you've got a balance issue. You probably can't see from here, but I've got a seatbelt on. So you're looking to go as low as you can. Start shallow, and then come up and extend. Once you start getting comfortable with this motion, you can actually go deeper and deeper and deeper. Again, very good for the core, very good for the back. I've got stabilisers on my chair, so if you haven't and your chair tips, you can either do it with your chair against the wall, or just basically take extra care when you're coming up.
So, with the cane, so just scooping, what I tend to do is scoop, bring it up and present. As I come down, I'm changing the hand. So as I'm coming down, I'm scooping the other side and pushing up. Doesn't matter which end you can use. As you're coming down, you can do a big scoop this way, change, scoop, be aware of your environment so you don't hit the person next to you, or you can scoop with the crook. It doesn't matter. You can, nothing wrong with coming down and just using one hand to do this one motion rather than swapping hands, keeping it with both hands on. So again, you might be seeing some bunkai for this already, but it's the same principle. Getting this nice lean forward, keeping your balance, scooping up, drawing up, pressing out and extending as far as you can. This one, I don't know the official name, we call it opening the chest. It's actually one of my favourite moves. So standing in a nice shoulder width stance, nice soft stance, dropped shoulders as always. So the palms are coming up, parallel with the floor, and you lean back slightly, your hands go to your side, then over and in. So what you have is this rotation that comes in. So you're opening the chest, your arms going wide to the side, then over, palms together, and bringing in to the heart position. So it's up, out, over, and in. But as you're doing this, it is a very slight lean back, and then drawing in. Make sure your elbows don't flare out to the side. You want them nice and tight into the body. Okay. With the cane, nice and simple, comes over, round, draws in. It's very easy to just swap your hands and bring them down. So what this does, it opens up the chest, nice breath in, nice concentrated breath out.
Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you like this video. This is sort of stuff you can do at home just to get yourself a little bit more supple, a bit more flexible. As usual, drop us a line down below, let us know what you're thinking. Any comments, are welcome. Be constructive in your criticism, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
As always, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe, ring that bell, free the fear.